Hey everybody, Mike here, Flying V Cards and Breaks. I'm just tagging everybody on the Facebook side who is in this submission, and then we will get started with today's reveal. So just bear with me for a moment as I tag everybody, and then we're going to get started here. All right. Matt, I don't think this is your submission. I think you're in number 2, which hopefully should be coming back soon, Matt. They'll send me a tracking info. They'll send me a tracking number once they're sending back the submission. All right. So let's get started. If you're wondering what we are doing today, we have our first group grading submission that has gone in to MNT. MNT, which is up here in Canada for those unfamiliar. They've been around, I think, roughly 4 years. Good, solid company. I do recommend them. They are a great option if you're not looking to go the PSA and Beckett route. Much more cost effective, much quicker turnaround time, and really, really nice slabs. Really, really nice slabs. So that is what we are going to do today. We're going to reveal the cards that were sent in with submission number 1. Submission number 2 hopefully should be coming back within the next couple weeks. All right. I know it's taken a little bit longer than expected. The Mississauga, Canada Post, I guess their main depot is down, so shipping has been delayed. And then with the COVID lockdowns in Ontario, that has not helped either for businesses to keep going and doing their thing. So, all right, let's get started. Is everybody with me? We got quite a few people in there. Yes, Dustin, the limit is 180 point. All right, so they won't grade anything higher than 180 point. So we got a lot of people watching here on the Facebook side of things. So let's get started. So we are going to go through. I'm just going to send actually a link out here. There we go. There we go. We should be good to go now. So I am going to start off with, we'll start off with the right-hand stack here. And we got sticky notes on each one for the submission for each person. Some submitted 1, some submitted multiple cards. All right. So let's get started. Let's not keep you guys waiting any longer. I know numerous ones of you have been waiting numerous weeks, been PMing me, and you're like, when are they coming? So they are finally here. And again, my apologies that they did not come in right away when we expected them to. But Canada Post has, like I said, been a little bit of a pain recently. All right. So we are going to start with the cards for, let me make sure I'm grabbing all these. We're going to start with Lane. All right. Lane, you're gonna start off first. All right, buddy. So we got your cards right here. All right, so we got Lane, we got your cards here. So good luck. Here we go. So as you can see, this is how they send them. All right, I'm just going to show the back side here. They send every single submission in these sleeves to kind of protect the cards from rubbing against each other, the cases, which is nice. And they do an auto grade on the back. All right, so we're going to start here. So Lane, this is your Jared Kalenic auto. So you got a 10 on the auto. Again, 10 on the auto. And slow reveal, not bad. You got a 9.5. Just going to get the camera to focus a little better on the YouTube side. Just 1 second here. Let's get that to refocus a little bit there. Boom. All right, so a 9.5. You got a 9.5 on the corners, edges, centering, and a 9 for surface. Not bad on and a 10 on the autograph. So there is number 1 for you. Next one, this is some of you did send in some older ones. Unfortunately, this one is only an 8.5. The Ken Griffey Fleer 8.5. So everything was an 8.5 except the surface, which was a 9.5. So 8.5, the corners, the edges, and the centering, 8.5 on the Ken Griffey. Yeah, that one not so great. Next up, we have your Luca. Not bad. We got you a 9. Yes, end of February will be submission number 4. Submission number 3 is going out on Monday. We got your Panini Revolution, so you got 9 on the edges and the corner, and then a 9.5 on the centering and the surface. So Luka Doncic, a 9. Not bad. Next up, well, here's another 9.5. 9.5 is a nice one on the Julio Rodriguez. 9.5. 9.5 across the board except for the edges. Edges a 9. You bet, Corey. You bet. You know what? I'll tag you right now, okay? I'm going to tag you in the post for submission number 3. So all you need to do is just fill out that form and send the cards in. With Canada Post taking longer, I do suggest people send in their cards as soon as possible so that we can get them into the next submission. I'm just going to tag you right now. So just one moment here. I'm just going to, before I forget, submission. All right, so 1 second here. So it does say number 3, but just ignore that. The form is the same. So you've been tagged, Corey. All right, next up, we got a vintage Barry Bonds. We got you a 9. A 9. So a 9 across the board except the surface being an 8.5. Barry Bonds tops. A 9. Next up, we got your Anze Kopitar. Anze Kopitar, your autograph. We'll start with that. And it's a 10. So a 10 on the autograph. And, ooh, unfortunately, this one's coming back as an 8.5. 8.5. So the edges are coming at an 8. Edges an 8. Corners 8.5. Surface 8.5. And centering a 9. 8.5. It's hard to say sometimes why certain cards, why certain cards come back lower than other ones. Fortunately. All right, next up, another Kopi. We got you a 9 on your Anze Kopitar. 9, Anze Kopitar. If people want me to take them out of these, I can take them out, but I thought I'd leave them in these, not get the cases scratched or anything. So you got a 9 for your edges, surface, 9.5 on centering, and a 8.5 on the corners. This is another one that's a rough one here. We got an 8. An 8 on the Drew Doughty. 8 on the Drew Doughty. It's a good card. It's a good card except the corners. The corners, they got it a 7.5. Your surface and edges a 9 and centering a 9.5. 8 on the Doughty. That's a tough one there. And another 8. Your Ken Griffey Jr. 8. Edges 8, surface 8, corner is 8.5, and centering a 9. Bit of a tough one there. A couple of tough ones. 8 on the Griffey. Sorry, man. And your last card on the Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, we got you a 9. A 9 on the Herbert. Everything's 9.5 except the corners. Take some of these out and put them back in there. See it nicer. 9 on the Justin Herbert, rated rookie. There are your 10 cards, Lane. I'm sure not quite the results you were hoping for. I'll put these back aside here. All right, next up we got Raphael. Raphael, he submitted 1 card. All right, we got 1 card that went in. So Raphael, you're welcome, Lane. Happy to send in cards for everyone. One thing that I may be doing and offering going forward, I didn't want to do it initially. Is I didn't want to mess with the cards, but I've been doing a little bit of research on proper ways to actually clean the surface of the cards. So what I may offer going forward, if you want, is for an extra $1, if you send me the cards, I will clean the cards. So what I'll do is I'll take a special cloth and actually wipe the cards down, especially for the surface. If there's any surface dust or anything like that, that can have a big role in the surface grade that you get on your cards. So obviously, if you're interested in that, it will be I'll add that option and I'll take them out carefully, and I can clean them, and that's just an extra option for you guys as well. All right, Raphael, are you ready, sir? I know you've been anxious for this one. So we submitted a clear-cut auto. So first off, we'll check out the auto. And your autograph got a 10. Switching up rubbing alcohol. I don't know about that, Aaron. A 10. So you got a 10. And your card is a 9. So we got a Future Watch Alex Took. 9. You got 9.5 on the corners. Edge is a 10. 10 on the edges. But the surface is the 8.5 again. Surface. Some of these acetate cards, they sometimes, it's really hard to see unless you have almost like a little jeweler's microscope kind of to look at it, is because they're the plastic, they'll have the little lines on them from when they were printed. So it's very hard to see those with the naked eye. And then you're centering a 9.5. So there you go, Raphael. But still nice 9. All right, Wasay, are you with me, sir? Wasay submitted 1 card with me, a very nice one. It was a Nikolai Ehlers O-Pee-Chee. Nikolai Ehlers, let's check out the autograph. Well, you got a 10 on the auto. I don't know about the autograph. That I'd have to inquire about. I think if autos are very poor, like if they're smudged or something, I don't think you'd get a 10. These ones are obviously certified, so they don't have to certify them, right? All right, Wasay, are you ready, sir? You got a nice one, buddy. 9.5. 9.5. That's a nice grade. Hey, Joseph, how are you, sir? Good grade. So you got a 9.5 on the corners, the surface, the centering, and a 10 on the edges. There's a nice one. Nikolai Ehlers. Very nice one. Blue Rainbow Auto, 9.5. Very nice, Wasay. I'm sure you'll be pleased with that. All right, next up, we got 3 from Mike DeMarco. Mike, are you with me, sir? He submitted a beauty. We got a Seismic Gold Cale Makar. This one I want to take out here. Are you ready, Mike? Boom, you got a beauty. 9.5, 3 of the 9.5s in Surface 9, 9.5, Cale Makar, Seismic Gold. Boom, that's a beauty. That's nice. Nice one for Mike. Cale Makar, boom, beauty. That is a beaut. Next up, we're going to go to the bottom one here. And we had a nice submission for a thicker card. Dominic Kubalik, RPA. Dominic Kubalik, RPA. And for a thick card, not bad, a 9. Dominic Kubalik, RPA. 9. You got 9 on the corners, 9 on the edges, 9.5 and 9.5 on centering in the inner window, and a 8.5 on the surface. Very nice. Dominic Kubalik. 9. Not bad for the thick cards. I find if you can get a 9 on the thick cards, you're typically happy because a lot of the thick ones do not come back graded very well, I find. All right, in our final one, he submitted a Kirby Doc Young Gun Canvas, and that one ended up being a 9. Surface was a 10, corners 9.5, edges were a 9, and the centering a 9.5. Kirby Doc Young Gun Canvas for Mike. Thanks for submitting those with me, Mike. Not bad. And then we got 4 for Les. Les submitted 4. All right, let's go to a couple of the bottom ones first here. Let's start here. We had I'll come back. We had a William Nylander Young Guns. William Nylander. Unfortunately, that one came back in 8.5. I'll go back and do yours with say in a moment, okay? I'll do yours again in a moment. 8.5. William Nylander. Not 8.5. So we got a 9, a 9, 9.5, and an 8. Unfortunately, the surface is the one. The surface was the one that brought that submission down. Next up, we have a Patrick Laine Young Guns, which also came back. This one was a 9. 9 on the Patrick Laine Young Guns. Corners, 9.5. Surface, 9.5. Edges, 8.5. And centering, 9.5. Next up, we have for the Leafs again, we got an Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews, Young Guns. Number 9, got a 9. So you got 9, 9 on surface and corners, 9.5 on centering, and unfortunately, again, the edges bringing that one down on a 8.5. 9 on the Matthews. Next up, we got a nice one here. You got your 9.5 on your Eric Brandstrom Young Guns exclusives. We got you 9.5 on the corners, the surface, and the centering, and a 9 on the edges. That's a nice one there. So 9.5 Brandstrom Young Gun exclusives. And another beauty here, we'll take this one out. 9.5 on the Cale Makar Young Guns. 9.5 Cale Makar Young Guns. Nice one there. Congrats on those last two, Les. 9.5s, those are nice. All right, Wasay. Are you ready, sir? Wasay, you're going to like this one. Boom. Check it out. Very nice grade, Wasay, 9.5. Nikolai Ehlers. You got a 10 on the edges, 9.5 on the corners, on the surface, and a 9 on the centering. Very nice. While we're on the topic, a couple people asked if you want me to promote the cards that you hit. If you want to put them up for sale or something, feel free to post them in the group as well. When I'm shipping to you, please PM me and let me know how you would like me to ship. Regular return shipping, all right, regular return shipping is included in the price that I charged. But if you want insurance or if you would like them shipped with tracking, please contact me so we can arrange that, okay? All right, we're going to save these ones for last. We're going to save those for last. Next up, we got Ryan Horner. Ryan. Not sure if Ryan is with me yet, but Ryan, you are up next, sir. All right, let's see where we're going to go first here. Let's go here to a guy who's helping the Canucks turn it around. We have a future watch of JT Miller. JT Miller, future watch, 1284 out of 1299, and it ended up being a 9. Will do. I do not have any in this one, Justin. I actually did not submit any in this one. I actually had just prior to sent a bunch into Beckett. That was the problem. So I had pretty much all my graded ones went into that Beckett submission, and I'm kind of kicking myself now because I'm going to be waiting probably like 8 months until I see them again. That was just before I kind of agreed to do the MNT. So this one here, you got a 9 on the corners, 9.5 on the edges and the surface, and a 9 on the centering. Next up, another nice one. Check this out. 9.5 across. Oh, no, sorry, 1 9, but 3 9.5s on the Connor McDavid marquee rookie. That's a beaut right there. So you got a 9 on the centering, but everything else is a 9.5. Very nice. Yeah, I'll do a reveal video when those come back. Boom. Nice. 9.5. McDavid marquee rookie. And another beaut. Ryan, you did very well with your submission, sir. Miro Heiskanen, 9.5. Young gun, 9.5. Miro Heiskanen. You got a 9.5 on the corners, on the surface, on the centering, and a 9 on the edges. Very nice. And one more 9.5 for you on a Jamie Benn. Jamie Benn, 9.5. You know what? I have not attempted to bust these open, Jason. Another guy I know in another group tried, and they're not as easy as people say they are, and they do leave fracture marks and cracking in the case. So if you open it and you look on the side, you can tell that someone's tampered. Very nice. 9.5 Jamie Benn, Young Guns. All right. Next up, we have Seth. Seth, your submissions are up next, sir. First up, and Seth, my goodness, buddy. I think this was the one. Yeah, Seth, you killed it. Seth, you killed it. 9.5, Andrei Svechnikov. 9.5, Andrei Svechnikov. 9.5s on the corners, the surface, the centering, and a 9 on the edges. No, you only get half grades, Rob. Only half grades. Next up, boom. Nice. 9.5, Elias Pettersson. Corners, surface, centering, 9.5. Edges, 9. Very nice. 9.5, Petey. Next up, Another 9.5, Quinn Hughes. Man, like I said, Seth killed it with his submission. 9.5. Again, 9.5 on all except the edges, which were a 9. And one more 9.5 for you, buddy, on the Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes, 9.5. Very nice. Seth, congrats, buddy. You killed it with that. 4 9.5s. All right, next up, we got Tyler Froelich. Tyler had some different submissions. He submitted some stuff that wasn't Young Gun centric. So our first one, unfortunately, not the result we wanted on this one, Tyler. We got an 8. An 8 on the Gretzky. 8 on the Gretzky. Unfortunately, that's not what we wanted. So it was a 9.5 on the centering, but the surface had a 7.5. And the corners were 8.5 and the edges an 8. See, this is one of the reasons why the thick cards really struggle. A lot of thick cards really struggle in the grading category. I personally, unless you're really certain it's going to be very good, sometimes they're tough to get graded high. Next up, you had your Mario Lemieux. Mario Lemieux SPX Auto came back in 8.5. 8.5 on the Mario Lemieux. You got, again, the surface was what brought this one down. It was only an 8. 8 on the surface, 8.5 on the corners, and then you got 9.5 on edges and centering. 8.5. Next up, we had a 9 on your Jonathan Quick, which was actually pretty nice on your edges, and the corners were 9. Surface was 8.5 and centering 9.5. Jonathan Quick, 9 on the patch auto. But we're ending on a high note, Tyler. You're going to like this one. 9.5 Gem Mint on the Elias Pettersson Young Guns. Pettersson Young Guns. Yes, shoot me a message, Cameron. There is another submission that's going to be going out in February. All right. Okay, and next up we have the Shield. The Shield for the Anaheim Ducks. This one is for Jared. And you know what? It's not bad. It is a 9. Again, for thick cards, if you get a 9 or a 9.5, it's typically, that's pretty good. So a 9 on the Ryan Getzlaf 1/1 Shield. So the centering and the inner window was 9.5. The edges was an 8.5. Corners and surface a 9. So the 1/1 Shield coming back a 9. There you go, Jared. Next up, we have John Quinney. All right, John Quinney. Yours are up next. All right, let's see. Where are we going to go here? We're going to start off with the Luongo, all right? So you submitted 2 Luongo Young Guns. And honestly, for these are very hard to get in good shape. There's so many that the foil is peeling and different stuff like that. So you got a 9 on the Luongo. 8.5 on the corners, 9.5 on the centering, 9 on the surface and the edges. 9 on the Luongo. And you submitted another Luongo, and that one also came back a 9. 8.5 on the corners, 9.5 on the edges and the centering, and 9 on the surface. Not bad. Honestly, for these cards to get a 9 is in my opinion, pretty solid. Next up, we had a Yager. You're going to like this now. This is going to fetch you a good return with how hot this card is. You got you a 9. 9 across the board on the Yager. 9 on the surface, edges, centering, and corners. 9 on the Yager Premier Rookie. And next up, your Ethan Bear Young Gun came back nice. 9.5, Ethan Bear. 9.5, Ethan Bear Young Guns for the Oilers. Everything but the edges getting a 9.5. And also a nice one here on your Bo Bichette rookie, 9.5 on everything but the corners, which were a 9. Not bad. 9.5 on your Bo Bichette rookie. Pretty solid there, John. All right, we got 2 submissions left. Rob Imbo, you are up next, sir. Rob. And we're going to start with your Cale Makar. Cale Makar, Future Watch Auto. And you got a 10 on your autograph. 10 on the autograph. Cale Makar, Future Watch Auto. And your grade came back a 9. 9 on the Makar, Future Watch Auto. 8.5 on the corners. 9 on the edges, surface 9, and the centering 9.5. Next up, your Christian Vesalainen Clear Cut Auto. Christian Vesalainen Clear Cut Auto, and that actually came back nice. 9.5. 9.5 on the Clear Cut Christian Vesalainen Rookie Auto. You got 10s on the corners and the edges, and 9 on the surface, and 9.5 on the centering. Not bad on the Vesalainen. 9.5. And you're going to like this one. Boom. 9.5 on the Austin Matthews. Nice there. Austin Matthews, 9.5. 9.5 on everything but the edges, which were a 9. Congratulations, Rob. Nice 9.5, Austin Matthews. That's a beauty right there. Congrats, Rob. I'm sure he'll be happy with the results on that Austin Matthews. And our final 2 cards were a couple of Lafrenières. A couple of Lafrenières for Josh. Josh, buddy, are you with me? You're going to like this, buddy. Check it out. 2 9.5s on your Austin Matthews, on your Alexis Lafrenière Young Guns. Boom. 9.5. There you go, Josh. Huge. And 9.5 across the board, everybody. Not a single 9. 9.5 on all 4 grading subgrades. On the corners, surface, edges, and centering. Boom. That's a beauty. So you got 2 of them at 9.5. There you go, Josh. I thought I'd save those 2 for last. Unfortunately, no 10s in this submission. All right. Unfortunately, no 10s in this submission. But thank you all so much to everybody who submitted cards with the first grading submission. The next submission, like I said, will be going out on Monday, and then I will be doing another one towards the end of February. Okay, so please get your cards in. It is $20 Canadian per card. That includes shipping to MNT, back to me as well, and that includes regular shipping to you. I do suggest to get these shipped with tracking and insurance, though, especially with the delays and issues with the main distribution centers for Canada Post. So again, I would recommend that. So please let me know before I send out cards next week if you would like that updated. Yes, they do grade hard. MNT does not give away 10s easily. All right, if you get a 10, you know it is a pristine, pristine card. But I have seen them. They're out there. Your Eichel from the other day is going into submission number 3, yes. And before we finish up, let's break tonight, guys. We got 2 open breaks at the moment. We got a double box breaker for football, including Origins and Mosaic, no huddle. All right. Random team break. About half sold out on this one. Would love to bust this tonight. And then we got a 5-box mixer for hockey. I think we're down to 9 teams left. Let's break tonight, everybody. Check it out in the Twitter group, in the Facebook group as well. Grab your teams, grab some spots, and let's get back on another live video and break some product tonight. All right. And if you're interested in any personals, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to do some tonight as well for you guys. So thanks for tuning in for the grading submission reveal. Looking forward to number 2, hopefully coming in the next couple weeks. And we'll see you guys hopefully later tonight. Thanks again, everyone.